Tap your temple right now, harder. Feel that bone, that hard calcium wall? You have been told your entire life a story about who you are. A story so fundamental, so woven into the fabric of your identity, that you have never questioned it. You believe you are a prisoner inside that dark, wet room. You believe you are the pilot, the architect, the sovereign of your own skin. But what if there is another way to look? What if this belief, however comforting, however universal, is not quite true? This is the first lie. It is the ego's foundational myth. Because deep in the laboratories of the mind, the truth has already been found, and it is both chilling and liberating. Half a second. Science reveals that your brain locks in a decision approximately 550 milliseconds, roughly half a second before you become aware of it. While you think you are weighing options, while you think you are struggling with a choice, the deed is already done, carved in neural stone. Deep below the deck, the electrical impulse fires, the muscles prepare, the trajectory is set, and only then, only after the machinery has already committed, does the little voice in your head pipe up and say, "I have decided." Let that land. Feel the space that opens when you stop defending the fortress. You are not the king. You are the press secretary. You are the one who walks out to the podium after the war has started to explain why we decided to invade. You are the last to know your own mind. A story told after the fact. A ripple claiming to be the stone. Every single thing you call a choice was already chosen beneath the surface. By what? By patterns laid down in childhood. By neural pathways carved from 10,000 repetitions. By the biology of survival that does not care about your happiness. It cares about your replication, your continuation, your fear. These patterns arose to protect you. They served their purpose once, in the darkness of prehistory, when the shadow in the grass could be death. Your ancestors who hesitated did not survive. The anxious ones lived. The cautious ones passed on their genes. And now, you carry that inheritance. That hypervigilant radar, that voice that never stops scanning for danger. It kept you alive. And now, perhaps, you are ready to see what lies beneath it. Consider the materialist creed. No brain, no mind. Simple, elegant, and incomplete. We have seen the anomalies. The student with the hollow skull, a brilliant mathematical mind with a brain 1 millimeter thick, fluid where the logic should be, water where the memory resides, and yet he thinks. He solves. He shines. The doctors could not explain it. The textbooks had no answer, because the textbooks assume consciousness is created by matter, that neurons firing in sequence somehow produce the feeling of being you. But where was his genius stored? In the water? In the thin sliver of tissue clinging to the inside of his skull? No, because the music is not in the radio. If you smash the receiver, the symphony does not die. It simply loses its voice. Your brain is not a factory that manufactures consciousness. It is a filter, a reducing valve, a gatekeeper standing at the door of infinity saying you may not enter here. This is what Aldous Huxley discovered. That existence is a roar, an infinite blinding broadcast of everything that ever was and ever will be. All of it happening now, all of it screaming for your attention. If you heard it all, you would vanish. You would dissolve into the signal. You would burn. So the brain exists, not to create your experience, but to narrow it. It slams the door on 99% of reality. It narrows the ocean into a trickle, just enough for you to survive. Just enough to eat, to breed, to fear, to scan for predators in the dark. The brain protects you from being overwhelmed. It gives you just enough reality to function as a biological organism. And this is where the poor little me gets trapped. Look at your thoughts. Really look at them. 90% of your mental traffic is a parasitic loop. Fear, regret, shame, the rehearsal of failures that have not happened. The endless inner courtroom where you are both the prosecutor and the defendant. You lie awake at 3 in the morning, replaying a conversation from 6 years ago, trying to find the perfect thing you should have said. Why? Ask yourself the impossible question. If you are the author of your thoughts, why would you write such a tragedy? Why would you choose to be miserable? Why would you replay your humiliations on a loop? Why would you torture yourself? You would not. You are not thinking these thoughts. These thoughts are happening to you, like weather passing through, like a broadcast you cannot turn off. You are a biological radio tuned to a frequency of trauma, of survival, of ancient fear, and you have mistaken the static for your soul. The voice in your head is not you. It never was. It is a pattern, a recording, an echo of every authority figure who ever told you what you should be and every womb that taught you what you were not. And you have spent your entire life obeying it, negotiating with it, trying to quiet it, trying to fix it. You have carried this burden for so long. The exhaustion you feel, it is the weight of pretending to be the author of your own thoughts. You can set it down now, but here's what no one tells you. You cannot fix the voice because you are not the voice. You are the one listening. And the moment you realize this, everything changes. But there is a way out, not by fighting the signal, not by trying to think better thoughts or manifest a better reality, but by realizing you are the space in which the signal travels. You are not the content of consciousness. You are consciousness itself. The awareness that watches the thoughts arise and dissolve. The stillness that remains when the noise finally stops. Try it right now. Wait for the next thought to come. Do not chase it. Do not push it away. Just wait. Watch the silence. Watch the gap between this thought and the next. There. Did you see it? That split second of pure presence before the machinery kicked back in? That is you. Not the thought, the space around the thought. If you can see the thought, then you are not the thought. If you can observe the fear, then you are not the fear. If you can witness the story, then you are not the character. You are the witness, the awareness looking out from behind the eyes. But let us go deeper, because even the witness is not the final destination. Even the sense of being the one who watches is still a subtle form of separation. A quiet boundary between the observer and the observed. And in the deepest realization, even that boundary dissolves. What remains is not someone watching, but pure seeing without a seer. Awareness, aware of itself. Not you being aware of something, but awareness experiencing its own nature. No subject, no object, just the raw fact of being. The pure isness before the mind divides it into me and not me. This is what the mystics discovered. This is what the Zen masters pointed to when they said, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water, and after enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. Nothing changes, and everything changes. The wood is still chopped. The water is still carried. The illusion of a separate, permanent self dissolves. But the functional human continues chopping wood, now without grasping, without resistance. The world does not become unreal. It becomes workable. You see the web of causes and conditions, the dance of interdependence, the way everything arises together, each moment birthing the next, and you no longer need to control it. You no longer need to be the author. You simply participate. You flow. You respond, not as a separate self trying to manipulate reality, but as an expression of reality itself. Try another experiment. Right now, notice your breath. Are you breathing, or is breathing happening? Do you have to remember to inhale? Do you need to calculate the oxygen exchange in your lungs? Or is the body breathing itself while you watch? Look around the room. Can you see, without narrating what you see? Without labeling this as chair, that is wall, this is light? Can you experience the raw sensory data before the mind wraps it in language? There. That is the gap. That is the space where you have always lived. Beneath the commentary, beneath the story, beneath the endless inner monologue that claims to be you, the fortress is empty. The gate is open. The bone is a boundary, not a container. You were never trapped inside your skull. You were never the pilot of the ship. You are the ocean the ship sails on. You are the sky the bird flies through. You are the silence in which all sound arises. Stop trying to fix the movie. Stop trying to rewrite the script. Stop trying to become a better version of the character. Step out of the screen and be the awareness in which the screen appears. The one who has been here all along, witnessing every triumph, every failure, every moment of joy, and every moment of despair. Untouched, unchanged, unborn, and undying. But understand this clearly. This recognition is not the end. It is the beginning. What follows is not intellectual understanding, filed away as another piece of spiritual knowledge. What follows is lived embodiment through sustained practice, through returning again and again to this recognition when the patterns reassert themselves, and they will reassert themselves. Tomorrow morning, when the alarm rings and the resistance arises, that too is just a pattern moving through awareness. The voice will say, I do not want to get up. The body will feel heavy. The mind will start its familiar negotiations. And you, the unchanging you, will still be here, watching it come, watching it go, still free, always free. Not because you transcended the human experience, but because you stopped pretending to be the manager of it. The wave does not need to become the ocean. The wave is already the ocean. It was never anything else. It simply forgot for a moment. It believed the story of separation, the story that said, I am this particular form, this individual crest of water, isolated and alone. And then it remembered, I am the entire ocean expressing itself as this wave. And the remembering changed nothing about the wave. It still rises and falls. It still crashes on the shore, but now it does so without fear, without the desperate clinging to its momentary form, because it knows what it truly is. And what it truly is cannot be destroyed. Who is listening right now? Not the thought that just arose to answer the question, but the awareness that heard the question before the thought appeared. That is you. And it has never been confined, not by bone, not by time, not by birth or death, not by the story you have been telling yourself your entire life. The gate was always open. You were just looking at the wall. Turn around and see what has always been here, waiting, silent, infinite, home.